Chapter 1. A Dark Presence. Ah! Oh my days, 1,000 years have passed, apparently. I apologize for my scream and confusion. Now where was I? Oh yes, I saw a dark room. And in this dark room was a crown of sorts, one with a face with a mysterious inscription. I saw a hand reach out for the crown while hearing a voice saying, "Ah, at long last, it's mine." In the voice's other hand, there was a piece of paper that was horribly scribbled down, showing the crown laid before me, plus a star equals an egg. It was a sort of combination or secret recipe. Why make an egg when you can just buy one from the store? Thankfully, the voice spoke again, saying, "Now, Master Crown plus another star equals the egg." Well, that did not help. I could not tell who this person was, but they had a squeaky voice. Whoever they were had all the necessary materials to create this egg. I have no clue how that is possible, but that's what they did. They took the crown and the star next to each other, and it transformed into an egg. What? When they had the egg, I heard a creak come from the door, with "The power is mine." Oh, that's what it was. I could tell that the voice came from a Goomba, now that there was some light from the door. A figure of some sort with a hammer in one hand and a heart floating above the other came through the door. The Goomba never saw the figure and continued to say, "I can just taste it." I screamed and yelled, "Behind you," to the Goomba, but nothing seemed to happen. It was too late. The figure pulled a rope that was attached to an anvil above the Goomba. The Goomba, realizing what was about to happen, yells, "No!" And the Goomba was gone. Poof! Or rather, splat. The egg fell out of the Goomba's hands and rolled towards the figure. The shadowy figure, who I will call Shadowy Man from now on, took their hammer and cracked the egg. A faint whisper seemed to come from the egg. It was a soft "yes." The shadowy man continued to hit the egg. Every time he did, more yeses came out. "What are you doing?" Any sane person would leave the egg be. It might be a curse. They continued to hit the egg, and purple bubbles fizzled out. You can clearly see that this egg is not power, but evil. No wonder this chapter is called A Dark Presence. Finally, the egg cracks and opens up, revealing a weird purple-like bird with two teeth coming out of its mouth and eyes that look empty. The bird looked at the man and said, "Yes," and a long tendril came out and grabbed the man. The bird punctures a hole big enough for the two of them and flies through. They were gone, and I thought that was the end of both of them. As usual, I was wrong, and then I was somehow teleported above a purple lake. I was flying. The bird and man came to the lake and dumped the tendril with the man in the lake. The bird continued to say, "Yes." It was as if that was the only thing the bird could say. The purple lake spewed more purple bubbles into the air. The bird quickly retracted its tendrils, leaving the man in the lake constantly saying, "Yes." Something was happening to the man. I could see a bubble form around the man. I was indeed correct. The man was transforming into a hideous creature. First its arms became claws, then its feet became claws, then its body became a stick, and lastly its head looked like a purple bird with 3 teeth instead of 2. I did not know if I should have been afraid, scared, happy, or confused. The duo started to fly in a circle until the scenery changed to a gigantic top-hat spaceship in the distance. The duo began to attack the ship by getting closer to it. In retaliation, Top Hat creatures emerged from the vessel in tiny ships and started attacking the duo. The Top Hat itself started to shoot cannons and lasers. One almost hit me, but I dodged it without moving at all. On the ground below us were smaller ship parts. I was standing on the stage of a battleground. Smoke was all around us, and the egg bird swooped down towards the ship parts and started to spread more of the purple goo. The ship seemed to rebuild itself in the duo's image, but with 5 teeth. The purple craft then begins to cough on the smaller Top Hat creatures, while the purple bird advances toward the giant Top Hat spaceship. The Top Hat creatures then transform into the image of the purple bird while retaining the form of the Top Hat. The battalion of ships then begins to target the enormous Top Hat. The bird spits at the wall, and it disintegrates in an instant. A man with a mask had a wizard's hat atop him, and was about to press a button. The bird coughed while saying "yeah" at the man and sent its tendrils after him. It was too late, and the man started to transform. But the wizard hat pressed the button and went up the emergency ladder. The wizard hat climbed into a smaller escape pod and activated it while the bird takes control of the satellite. Laughter can be heard below as the escape pod rises into a gigantic, smiling clown car. The purple bird and its comrades take over the Top Hat ship as tendrils slowly transform it into its own image. The clown car opens up the security door below so that the escape rocket can go inside. I assumed since I was able to fly that I would also be able to move. I quickly flew into the clown car right when it was about to close. Once inside the clown cart, I saw a man looking at a computer showing the purple bird and a pink ball with a face. The man had a top hat with the same inscription as the mysterious portal from before. He also had two staffs, one in the shape of a yarn ball and the other as a star. A sort of speech text appears in the room showing who is talking with their corresponding names. The rocket slowly opens up as the wizard hat begins screaming. The man with glasses named Peter looks surprised, saying, "What?" The wizard hat climbs out of the escape pod, now safe from the purple bird. Kirby, a pink puffball, says something, but no one understands, so all it sounds was, "Bo, bo, bo." That is also what it showed in the floating speech. As it turns out, the weird wizard's hat name is Hatter, and he yells, "Get into position." Peter then exclaims, "Why?" Hatter then says, "I'll tell you." Before anyone could grasp what was happening, a robotic voice named 504 Code activated, saying, "Opening rifts." The whole room seemed to tilt on its head, and 3 portals like Peter's hat came up from under them. Each got sent into a different portal, and most likely to a different dimension. I was conflicted about what portal to enter, and cannot move a muscle. Once more I was teleported to one of them. During the teleportation, I cannot help but think that I was not going to have any effect on the world I was in. I was a lonely bystander, a watcher of some sort, seeing everything take place. Has all of this taken place before, or is it happening now? What was the clock, and how did I get here? Many ideas and thoughts were running through my mind. One thing was for sure, and I was excited since the information I had now could reveal how there could be multiple universes and worlds besides the one I owned. I then saw a flash of light and landed on a computerized block of grass.